Hello and welcome to our wallet introduction video. In this video we're going to be talking about Rabby, our go-to Ethereum and EVM wallet, and Phantom, which we will use for Solana mainly, but also Bitcoin and Sui. Let's jump right into it. First of all, type in the URL in your browser, then click on download. Depending on which browser you have, click on the one you're using. I recommend Brave or Chrome. I have Chrome right here, so I'll click on Brave, add to Chrome, add extension. You can see it downloading. What I recommend now is, once it's downloaded, to pin your wallet and move it to the beginning where you can see it and use it easily, because we're going to use it a lot, right? And if you already have an address, just add it with your seed phrase private key. Ledger we're going to talk about later. In this case, we're going to create a new wallet address. You can already see it here. If I lose or share my seed phrase, I'll lose access to my assets permanently. Very, very important. Please do not share your seed phrase. And if you don't know what a seed phrase is, please look into our lexicon, into our glossary, and just look up the word seed phrase, and you will understand it afterwards. Read through it. Use ChatGPT if you need to explain it to you even more. It's very important that nobody has it. And I'll show it to you now. Show the seed phrase. This is your seed phrase, 12 words. If anybody has your 12 words, they basically have access to all your money. So please only share the seed phrase with people you trust with your life. I recommend you write your seed phrase down on a white piece of paper, something like this. I already written down a few words. And basically, just write down first and then the word, second the word, third the word, until you add 12. And check it 2 or 3 times if you wrote it correctly. Because if you have a spelling mistake in there, it's very, very devastating afterwards if you can't recover your seed phrase, if you lost your password and you don't have access to your wallet anymore. So be very, very careful about who you talk about with your wallet, or like who you give your seed phrase to, and how you store it. I recommend writing it down and then writing it down a second time, storing it somewhere close to you or like in your vicinity where you can reach it, and then storing it somewhere else if you're, for example, your house burns down or something. When you're done, click on I've saved this, the seed phrase, go through all this, input your password, confirm. You can name your wallet if you want, Orlando's test wallet, and then you're done. Yeah, finished. You can see the rabbit on the top right of your corner. You see your public address, basically your address you're gonna send to other people if they want to send you money, and like basically also it's basically your bank account, your digital bank account address. It's like your IBAN in Germany or Europe. I don't know what's called in the US. Other functions in Rabby are an asset overview. Right now it's 0 because there's nothing in here. A swap function, a sending and receiving function, a bridging function where you can bridge from one chain to another chain. In Rabby, only EVM compatible chains. Then transactions, you can look at your transaction history. You can check your NFTs if you have any NFTs. What an NFT is, we'll explain later. You can check for your approvals you gave. That we will also explain later. It's basically just everything you have to know is you give approvals to smart contracts, and some of them get hacked or exploited. And if they have approval to spend your assets, they can drain your assets. So you always want to have clean approvals. Then perps, so basically trading futures or trading leverage. We'll go into that later as well. And the more section is not that important. The only thing you can see here is stuff like Rabby points, because Rabby doesn't have a token yet, so it might have a token in the future. And if you're active, you may be eligible for the Rabby airdrop. Let's move on. Now we're done. We can close those tabs and move on to Phantom. Same here, phantom.com. Click on download. Click on the icon for the browser you're using. Add to Chrome. Wait until it's downloaded. Then pin it, send it to the front, and then if you already have a wallet, it's the same with Rabby. The only exception actually is you can connect your email wallet, and in this case we're obviously creating a new wallet, and we're not going to continue with email. We're going to create a seed phrase. Input your password. By the way, the password you can write down next to your seed phrases, because it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter, because if they have your seed phrase, you're wrecked. It's over, you know. So you can write it down there if you want. It's probably a good place to write it down. Here, recovery phrase, write down your recovery phrase, same as with Rabby, write it down a second time, check for spelling, etc. And you save your seed phrase, write element for 101, you can put in your username, continue, and then you're finished, you can get started. You have your Phantom up here. The only difference to Rabby here is that Phantom incorporates more than one chain into its accounts. So if you have one account, you have a Solana address, an Ethereum address, and as Ethereum Base and Polygon are all EVM compatible, they all have the same address. A SUI and a Bitcoin wallet address. Very important here, if you have Solana, please only send it to the Solana address. If you have ETH, please only send it to your ETH address. If you have Bitcoin, please only send it to your Bitcoin address. And SUI, the same. If you make a mistake here, and you, for example, send Ethereum to your Solana wallet address, your Ethereum are permanently lost. Okay, so be very, very careful when copying these things. And when you're copying, always check the first 5 or 6 letters and and numbers and the last 4. Yeah, and only use the copy function, never write it down. Other than that, you have a send function, swap function, buy and receive function. You have your wallet history here. You can look at certain dApps and like tokens here. And that's basically it, right? That's it for the wallet introduction. I hope you learned something. I hope it was easy to understand. And I wish you a great day, and I'm sending you a lot of love and light. Bye, guys.